Morning to you. It's Will Winter here, the man in black, the cat in the hat, the dude with the goggles and the dude rap. How you living? And man, let me tell you something, man. These conservatards is out here after Candace Owens' cheeks. They are after this woman. Okay, oh, she crashed out Candace. She's abusing Charlie Kirk's death. And y'all all doing the exact same thing to her. Like this dude here, Tanashi Peter. This dude has dropped a video straight up meat riding Candace Owens for the past 2 months, ever since Charlie Kirk died. Okay? This is the same dude who dropped a video talking about how the conservative right eats each other, how it's all hypocrites and blah, and he wants to bring out the big book of bullshit, the religious nut job shit. You know, and this is the latest one. Candace Owens' downfall and mental break is a warning for all Christians. Okay, first off, Christ was a Jew. He wasn't a Christian. Jesus, if you read the book, he was never really trying to start his own religion. He was trying to reform the Jewish faith. That's why they don't really acknowledge him that much. Okay? Second off, in your big book of bullshit, the Bible, it's spelled Bibble, all right? And if that's truly the word of your Lord, then the almighty Jimmy can't spell. And remember, the Bible was written a couple thousand years ago by a dude named, Emperor Constantine of Rome. You know, the people that crucified your Jesus. Right? This is why I can't get down with religion. But it's worse because it's straight up hypocrisy. It's straight hypocrisy. I'm keeping an eye on my fire there. Don't worry, I'm somewhere where it's allowed. Yeah. But, you know, these dudes are straight up going after Candace Owens. And this kid has straight up been in a meat fighting contest with a woman for the past 2 months. How do you wind up in a meat fighting contest with a woman, my guy? Mr. Christian. How did you wind up doing this? That means either A, you were born with the world's cruelest of handicaps, or B, Jesus really does love the little children of the world, which are constant blessings when it comes to you people. When it comes to the little boys, y'all keep chained up at the bottom of the private Vatican jets and in the back of the super expensive Boy Scout buses. Which was paid for how, I wonder? Oh, yeah. By collections, tithes, and donations of the faithful followers of Christ our Lord, to spread the love of Jesus all over little boys' backs. At least the Muslims got the damn gender right. I mean, we all remember why we can't have Boy Scouts, right? Because the Christian Boy Scout leaders kept touching the little boys. And did we forget the Catholic Church? Did we forget? Did we? Here's the pedophile. The pedophile's over here. The pedophile's up here. The pedophile's over there. He's in the Vatican now. You can't touch the pedophile when he's in the Vatican. What the fuck? Don't worry, I ain't about that Islam imam shit, too. I mean, think about it. Muhammad married a 6-year-old little girl and consummated it at 9. Have you seen some of the arranged marriages they have over there? They're barely out of preschool. What the hell? What is it with you religious people and violating children? You're no different than the liberal left. They're just more honest about being perverts than you, apparently. So let's give this nipplehead a listen. Again, Tenashi Peter. Can we not name ourselves like we're playing Skyrim, please? What is this shit? Let's hear him out.
Now, I could just sit here for the next hour and absolutely cook Candace over this latest mental break, but I'm not going to do that today. As a matter of fact, I pray that y'all have had enough of an insight to realize that that has never been the point of why we talk about her to begin with. Sure, that criticism is oftentimes brought up. She's a fraud, a grifter, a liar, liable, dangerous in the things she says, but I pray that we see her as a human who is lost and is in need of genuine salvation and is at a point where essentially God has likely given her over to a reprobate mind. She has gotten warning after warning, just as many of us do. She has gotten messenger after messenger, including many of
All right,
y'all.
hold on. We got to stop here. All right. First off, I'm with Eddie Griffin on this. One group says Jesus is the messenger. The other group says that Muhammad is the messenger. Fuck the messenger. Did you get the message? No, because you idiots is still out here acting fucking retarded. Okay? God has given her over to a reprobate mind. I saw the last shit that Candace Owens did. She didn't put on her makeup. That's it. That's all she did. She didn't put on her makeup. So what? She's supposed to be dolled the fuck up? But I thought you Christians don't like it when women do that. See, it's shit like this is the reason why feminism exists. If this is how Adam acted, no wonder Lilith said, fuck this shit, I'm out. No wonder. Because let me tell you something. Eve was sure as fuck wasn't a gift. Yes, I've read some of the Bible. I couldn't understand a lot of it because y'all used that thoueth, theeth, thoeth shit from back during the Stone Age or the medieval or whatever. But I couldn't understand enough. I also read a little bit of Paradise Lost too. So there's that. But it's Candace Owens, for one. We all know she's crazy. Let her be crazy. Who gives a shit? And what happened to this black unity? Because again, oh shit. Hold up. Sorry, I had to put my snackos away. What happened to black unity? Ain't you a black man, good sir? Huh? What happened? What happened? That's his channel right there. That's him. Sitting there like he's some kind of wise man in his little picture. I can't stand a Christian. I can't stand any of you religious nut jobs. I can't. This is straight up hypocrisy. And like I've said, this man has been on this woman's meat for 2 months, exploiting Candace Owens' name. Okay? Just like the rest of these conservatards are doing. All right? To get clicks and views. Talking about she's exploiting Charlie Kirk while y'all flip right around and exploit her. Hypocrite. Seriously? Leave that woman alone. Leave her the hell alone. Talking about she's had warnings and messengers and all this stuff sent to her. See, this is one thing I can't deal with when it comes to Muslims, Catholics, Christians, Jews. You expect me. And look, I've been here for over 44 years now. All right? I know nothing of God. I know nothing of demons. Okay? The only thing I see in front of me is the evils that men do, that women do, people do. Gods and demons didn't make the world the way it is. People did. It was human hands that broke it. It needs to be human hands to fix it. But no, you idiots want to keep blaming God for everything. How convenient. Did you ever stop to think to yourself, do you have a personal relationship with the bacteria in your guts? Do you know the names of your skin cells or your blood cells? No. Well, let me damage your little pride there, buddy. All of you religious nut bars. Yeah, God is further from us than we are from that. We're not even amoebas to God. We're nothing to this being that said, let there be light. And an entire universe was created. I've said this before and I'll say it again. It would take an average human being up to 3,500 years just to walk around the outer ring of our solar system. Okay? The arrogance on display here. Waving the book. What Eddie Griffin say? Put the book down, it'll fuck you up. Put it down. This is why I keep saying half-blood mixed people. This is what I keep talking about. Especially us mixed blacks. There got to come a point where we got to look at what's in front of us. All right. And say, look, dog, no, this don't make no sense no more. Because it doesn't. All right. And there are other videos going after this woman. All right. Maybe I told a joke a while back talking about Charlie Kirk cracked the baddie. He went out to goat. He cracked the baddie. Okay, maybe that's what was going on. That her and Charlie were a lot closer than what people knew. And I'm not trying to make any insinuations or anything like that. All right, it's obvious the woman's hurting. She's in pain. And instead of y'all trying to comfort your fellow conservative, your fellow Christian, your fellow black woman, you go after her and you exploit her. The fuck is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? And not to mention, again, I've read the Bible. Okay. Didn't it say on one of them stone tablets Moses carried down from the burning bush that I am a jealous and vengeful God? Thou shalt not have no God before me. Isn't that in one of your commandments, Mr. Tanashi Peter? Isn't it? Reading a book that was written a couple thousand years ago by a Roman emperor, you know, the same Romans that crucified your Jesus to begin with. And I mean, you should see some of the nut bar comments here. Hold on. Okay, here we go. I am 63, and I spent so much of my life searching for love and didn't find it till I realized what Jesus did for me. Why would Jesus love any human? It was humans that crucified him. Why? And according to your religion, whenever we sin, we nail him back to the cross. So why would Jesus love any of us? This doesn't make any scientific sense. There's no logic here. This dude talking about wise words. You never want God to do the humbling for you. You want to take care of that yourself, or that one by yourself. Most of us have learned that by experience. Okay, Mr. Christian. And this is why whenever you have an issue that you can't win, you're on your knees like a servant, bending your knee for a creature that doesn't even know you exist. Right? This is my half-blood brother. This is why I can't get down with this shit. And this Tanashi Peter dude, he's the one who came out with a video a couple weeks ago, or a couple days ago actually, talking about how the conservative right constantly eating each other. And I said, what the fuck are you doing, hypocrite? What are you doing? Man, leave that woman alone, man. Y'all are constantly after this woman, meat riding a woman. So small. Man, I hope it's number 2 and Jesus really does love the little kids of the world. Because if not, man, dude, come on. It's Will Feldwinter here. You can stay in the system or you can join me in the mountains. All right, because as long as Trump is in that office and people don't throw them hard bitches to fight back against the crazies on both the left and the right, all right, the conservatards eat each other just like the libtards do. You know what? That reminds me of Lacey Green. Y'all remember what the liberal left did to her, right? The big titty feminist with the glasses and stuff. Yeah, when stuff started getting violent. You know what I'm saying? They turned on her like a freaking pit bull. Why? Because she said, well, we need to sit down and talk before people start getting killed. Before this thing gets out of hand, we need to talk this out. Look at J.K. Rowling, same thing. The conservatives are no better. They're worse. Because they'll wave their little Bible like it protects them from any kind of criticism at all. My half-breed brothers and sisters, especially us mixed blacks, this is what raised us. We need to see through the bullshit and evolve. Now, do I believe in God? Yes, science dictates. Something said, let there be light. Something flipped this switch. Something started all this. The first law of physics clearly states, for every action, there is a reaction. For every cause, there is an effect. For every choice, there are consequences. All right? Something had to be the action for the reaction. Something had to be the cause for the effect. And until we have better scientific, methods and stuff, the only answer we can come up with is God. God has to exist. But you are looking at a creature that is so far down the evolutionary or technological path, this thing manipulates physics at a whim. Who knows? There could be a multiverse out there. We don't know. Again, 3,500 years just to walk around the outer ring of our solar system. And these people want to call you and me stupid. These people want to call you and me arrogant. Because we look at the Bible and say, yeah, that shit's spelt wrong. And if that's the word of the almighty Jimmy, Jimmy can't spell. Leave that woman alone.